In the quiet neighborhoods of Wichita, a terrifying mystery haunted residents for decades. A killer stalked the city, leaving behind fear, confusion, and cryptic messages. He called himself BTK, short for bind, torture, kill, and for over 30 years no one knew who he really was. Dennis Rader was born in 1945 in Kansas, in the United States. From the outside, his childhood seemed ordinary. He grew up in a typical American family and attended school like any other child. But people who studied his life later discovered that he often felt ignored and isolated. As he grew older, he developed disturbing fantasies that he kept completely hidden from those around him. In the late 1960s, he joined the United States Air Force and served for several years. After leaving the military, he returned to Kansas and tried to build what looked like a normal life. In 1974, the peaceful community of Wichita was shaken by a terrible crime. Police quickly realized the attacker had carefully planned what he was doing. Soon after, a strange letter appeared in the media. The writer claimed responsibility and introduced himself with a terrifying name, BTK, bind, torture, kill. The letter shocked the entire city. A killer was not only committing crimes, he was bragging about them. Unlike many criminals who try to hide completely, the BTK killer wanted recognition. Over the years, he sent letters, poems, and puzzles to newspapers and police departments. These messages described his crimes and mocked investigators. Each message increased public fear. Residents locked their doors earlier at night. Parents warned children not to walk alone. But despite intense investigations, police could not identify the killer. After several years of terror, the letters suddenly stopped. The BTK killer disappeared. For nearly 2 decades, nothing happened. Many investigators believed one of several possibilities. The killer had died. He had moved to another state, or he had simply stopped. The case slowly became a cold case. But the truth was something no one expected. During those silent years, Dennis Rader lived what looked like a perfectly normal life. He became a husband, a father, a church leader, a compliance officer who enforced city regulations. He attended church regularly and participated in community activities. People described him as strict but responsible. No one suspected that the man writing parking violation tickets had once been the mysterious BTK killer. In 2004, after almost 30 years, the BTK killer suddenly returned. New letters began arriving at newspapers and television stations. The messages referenced the old crimes and confirmed that the killer was still alive. But technology had changed since the 1970s. Investigators now had advanced digital forensic tools, and this time, the killer made a critical mistake. In one message, the BTK killer asked police if a computer floppy disk could be traced. Investigators responded publicly that it could not. Believing them, the killer sent a floppy disk containing a message. But forensic experts quickly analyzed it. Hidden data on the disk pointed directly to Christ Lutheran Church. From there, investigators traced the disk to a computer used by Dennis Rader. In February 2005, police quietly gathered evidence. Then they made their move. Officers arrested Dennis Rader near his home in Wichita. The community was stunned. The polite church member and city worker had secretly been the BTK killer all along. The case became national news across the United States. During the court proceedings, Rader calmly described his crimes, shocking the public with how ordinary he seemed. The mystery that had haunted Wichita for decades was finally solved. But the story of the BTK killer remains one of the most chilling examples of how someone can hide a dark secret behind a normal life. For more than 30 years, the BTK killer hid in plain sight. A neighbor, a church leader, a father, and yet behind the ordinary face was one of the most infamous criminals in American history.